What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Some Things Watching from the Dark. What's going on, buddy?
How are you?
I'm doing good. I'm doing good. Today, this episode, we got some pretty interesting stories. I must say, we got Bigfoot. Wait, do we want to give too much away? I don't know what I'm doing. This is a new this is a new structure for me. So like I feel like I'm fumbling around. Like I want to introduce it, but I don't want to give too much away. Um
Just say we got Bigfoot mothman and some sleep stories.
some sleepy paranormal stories. Okay. Well, uh yeah, I guess we'll just dive into it then. I don't
Yeah.
even
Hi, so my story started when I was probably about 3 years old. I was laying in my crib of at my house, and about 2 months prior to this, my grandma lived with us, and she actually was in the room that I was staying in. It was her bedroom, and she passed away. And my parents put me in that bedroom, and I was laying in my crib, and I looked up, and she was standing over top my crib, looking at me, and it scared me at the time. I remember crying and screaming for my mom and saying, "She's here, she's here, she's here." And my mom said, "Who?" I said, "Gram, Gram, Gram, Gram." And at the time, I didn't know, that I didn't know what it meant to see someone that really wasn't there. Um, so it kind of scared me at the time, but now looking back, I think it's kind of cool. And then there was a time that me and my fiance, we bought a house back in May of last year, and his dad passed away in April of last year. And it was, I want to say, October of last year. I was taking the trash out to the curb, and I saw like a shadow figure, and this guy had a cowboy hat on, and you could like see the outline of the person, and it looked identical to his father, who passed away in April. And I said, "Hey," and it like the figure turned around, and it looked just like his dad. Um, and then there was a time that when me and my fiance first started dating, we went on vacation together, and we were actually up at Geneva on the Lake. We stayed in a cottage, and I never met his pap. His pap passed away a few years before me and him got together, and we were sleeping. Well, I was sleeping, and I had a dream that there was a man standing by a lake, and I was talking in my sleep, and I said, Pete said hi, and like my fiance woke me up, and he's like, who's Pete? And I said, I don't know. He said hi, and I said he had a tattoo on his arm, and I explained what he looked like, and he showed me a picture of him, and that was exactly the person I saw in my dream. So yeah, it's pretty cool that I can like communicate with people in my dreams, but I can't communicate with them when I'm awake. It's mainly in my dreams that I see them and like can communicate with them. But yeah, that's about all for my stories. Okay. Alright, so my story
oh,
started when I was
sorry, it started over. Okay, so there was more than just the ghost in the dream. I should have screened the call a little bit more before I gave any kind of information away. But
Mhm.
what's your thoughts on that?
It's very interesting. Um, I believe people can see people in their dream because they're less vulnerable, or they're more vulnerable for something to come in and talk to them
Yeah,
in that sense. So
yeah.
I don't remember ever having any dreams like that. And I might have, I just don't remember. But I think it's very possible for people to communicate in their sleep.
Yeah. Okay, so dreaming is something that does kind of fascinate me in a way, because I feel like that's probably like the closest that we're going to get to understanding, because they say that we're connected to the spirit world somehow whenever we dream. Whenever we go to sleep, we go back to the spirit world. I don't know. I would like that to be the thing. I don't dream. Do you dream?
People say you dream every night, you just don't remember.
That's crap. I feel like I will say there are some times that I'll remember something about the dream that I had, or maybe there are moments, it's like very, very rare, that I'll be like aware that I'm dreaming. Like, I had a dream recently. I had to reach out to my cousin about this, and I don't know if she watches or listens to the podcast, but I'm telling it anyways. I had this dream about my cousin the other day. I was at her house. She just recently moved, and I don't even know what her house looks like. But we were at her house, and there was these pirates that just like showed up outside, and I immediately knew we gotta hide, we gotta get away, we gotta escape, we gotta go. So we like tried to hide and get away. Um, but for some reason we decided that we were gonna try to sneak past them, and we like were sneaking by them, and it felt like they didn't even care that we were there. Like, they had no idea. But I bumped into one of them, and it was somebody else that I knew, that I went to school with, but it was completely irrelevant. All of a sudden, the house turned into a boat. The house is now on water. We're in the middle of the ocean, and we can feel the house like starting to roll in the water. And I look at her, and I'm like, we got to get to the roof. And that was pretty much the dream. I don't know what it means. I don't know if it means anything, but that's the last dream that I remembered.
Yeah, they say that when you dream mix are supposed to mean something, but nobody really knows what it means.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know what it means. I would like to know what it means. There's people out there that'll like look into it further, or maybe there's like things about the dream that are like relevant to like symbols or something. Like the water means something, the house means something. Yeah, thank you for calling in. If you've had an encounter, you can actually leave us a voice, text number. I'll put the number up here on the screen. There it is. It is 412-533-3483. If you've had a paranormal encounter or have witnessed a cryptid or something like that, give us a call and tell us your story, and we'll play it on the podcast. But speaking of stories, we have more. I don't know how I would handle this. What they seen either. This is wing. Listen to it.
Hey, so I've never really told anyone this except the people with me that night and my best friend, who actually claims to have seen it on a different date. I didn't even know until I described my experience to him. So I was living in Louisiana with my cousin and his wife.
Now,
there's not much to do in Morehouse Parish besides drive back roads, which we've done thousands of times. But anyway, one night in 2015, we were leaving a church we used to clean around 2 a.m. or so. We were in my cousin's 1990 GMC Sierra single cab 4x4, just riding the back roads. Me and him were talking, listening to Nirvana. His wife was asleep in the middle seat. We turned onto a paved road about 5 miles out of town and around a curve, and there it was. I have hunted all my life, been in the Army. I spent hours in the woods at night, but I've never been freaked out like that. something was dead in the road and something was eating it. When the headlights hit, it looked up. It was kneeling. Maybe it was like 2.5 feet to 3 feet tall with red eyes. Then in literally a millisecond, it stood up 7 or 8 feet tall. It was pitch black. Its skin like a bat, but darker. And then it leapt. Its wings snapped open and it flew into the woods at what had to be over 50 miles per hour. I've always been skeptical about paranormal stuff, but I know what I saw that night. My cousin does too, and it was without a question the weirdest thing that I've ever experienced. But yeah, that's my story. Bye. Hey, so I
gotta get better at clicking the stop button, or else it's just gonna loop. It sounds like a bat, like a big bat.
Mothman.
But Mothman doesn't have I don't know why. He never said leathery, did he? I don't know why I'm imagining, but he said like a bat. So I'm imagining this bat-like creature.
Yeah, but a lot of people say Mothman looks like a bat-like creature too.
Did he say where it happened?
Louisiana.
Mm-hmm. Has there been Mothman sightings in Louisiana?
There's Mothman sightings all over the place.
Yeah, I guess. I don't know. My advice to you, dude, is probably stay away from that area. I wouldn't go back there.
I would. I like to go see that creature again.
I would go, but I wouldn't go by myself. And if I went by myself, I wouldn't be going without something to, protect myself with.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, if it is Mothman, it's weird how Mothman keeps showing up in different areas of the United States. We had that one lady on who saw Mothman. I forget where it was. She was driving to work. And the other lady, we had Mothman appear to her as a paranormal entity. So it's weird, the whole Mothman thing. Is it one creature or is there multiple different creatures?
Like a species.
Yeah. Like Bigfoot. How there's multiple Bigfoots.
That's, I don't know. Maybe.
And that could be the reason why all of them look a little bit different, because it's all a different species of Mothman.
But where is it staying at, is my question. How is it not being seen by more people?
I mean, how is Bigfoot being not seen by more people too?
Yeah, I get it. But this thing's in the sky, you would think.
Yeah, but how often do you really look up into the sky?
True, I guess. And if it's a nocturnal thing, then maybe it's flying by undetected in some way. But definitely, dude, if you were going back there, it sounds like you should probably take something with you. Like a pew 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 pew. Anyways, this next story, this guy did exactly that, and I don't blame him. I would have done the same. So here it is.
So I've never really told any.
My fault. I played the wrong one.
I don't hear anything.
Guys, I live out in the sticks, okay? I don't have great internet. If you want to donate to the Help Dustin's Internet Fund, that would be that would be amazing. Let me try this again.
Something isn't right. my dad grabbed a flashlight and he went outside to see what was going on. And Blazer, he seen him, was standing next to the apple tree by the stream at the back of the property. He was barking nonstop and he was refusing to back away. But as my dad got closer, something suddenly flew out of the tree and it struck the dog hard enough to knock him over. When he shined the light toward the ground, he realized it was an apple that had been thrown. Now, that's when my dad decided he wasn't comfortable staying outside, at least unarmed. So he went inside and grabbed his shotgun. When he came back out, he said that the yard felt different. He said that he could see several large figures moving down the stream, heading away from the house. He said that they weren't running, but it seemed like they were moving with purpose. As they went, they were hooting to each other, almost like they were communicating back and forth. The dog never stopped barking. He was clearly shaken, but he wasn't backing down. And my dad could hear both the dog and the hooting at the same time. He said he stood there watching as these figures disappeared farther down the stream, but he never fired his shotgun, and he just let them go. But that was all he ever said about it. There, no drama, no theories, just what he saw. And that was it. That was my story. Hi, so this is the story that my dad told me a while back. I never had any.
I will learn this eventually, and then we'll be good to go. I will be tech savvy. give me a whole season, and we'll be good.
Right.
To me, that sounds like dang, my elbow's all jacked up. I don't know what happened. Sounds like Bigfoot to me. Bigfoot throws like rocks and stuff.
I'd probably say Bigfoot. I've had Bigfoot throwing rocks and stuff, but I never had. I personally never heard any stories about him throwing apples, which I don't see. I don't
think it matters what he's throwing. I think that's like an instinct, or like it's like a warning, kind of like, get out of here, leave me alone.
Yeah.
I would have probably. I probably would have gone back inside. If there was more than one of them, especially, I would have went back inside.
Yeah, no doubt.
Sorry, Blazer. I'm gonna leave you out there. You're gonna stay outside.
And he said, which I liked, that he didn't take a shot because he didn't know what they were. Yeah. So he didn't take the shot, which most people might take a shot at them, which I wouldn't take a shot. As a hunter, you don't take a shot at something you can't pinpoint on what it is.
Right. I mean, I don't think he really said anything other than it was just dark figures, tall, dark figures. That could be, could be drunk people walking through the backyard.
Yeah, you just don't know. You don't want to risk hitting something,
killing somebody.
Yeah, which I respect that.
Go ahead, explain that one. That one's on the news. Man murders somebody because he thought they were Bigfoot.
That's a story.
Golly,
that's definitely a story right there. It's not as bad as that guy during hunting season.
What are you talking about?
Are you gonna hear that story?
What? No.
Oh god. So during hunting season, this guy dressed up as a deer, looking like a full deer, and went out into the middle of the woods during rifle season and got shot.
What was his reasoning?
I don't know.
Like, was he trying to just be done with it?
I don't know. They didn't say.
I feel like that was intentional. He was like, I don't want to do it myself, but I also don't want to be here anymore. Let me put on these antlers and trot through the woods and hope for the best. That's terrible.
If not, then if you're just going out for a stroll in the woods looking like a deer.
I'm already out there worried that I'm going to get shot because somebody might mistake me for something.
Right?
That's like, have you ever seen some hunters, they'll like kill a turkey, but then they'll like fling it over their back and carry it out the woods?
Yeah, no, I'm just dragging that shit.
I'm not putting it over my back. I'd feel like somebody might mistaken me for the turkey.
Right.
That'd be a big turkey. But I don't have any more. That's it. That's all that we got for this episode. Again, guys, if you've had an encounter, please reach out to us. Let us hear your story. Let us share your story. You can text it. You can call in, leave us voicemail, 412-533-3483, or you can email us. We have a new email address. It is now, what is it now, Luke?
Something's watching from the dark, I believe.
Something's watching from the dark at outlook.com.
Mm-hmm.
I think is what it is.
And if you call with your story and it's longer than 4 minutes, just call back. It was 3 minutes.
Yeah, 3 minutes to cut off.
If it's longer than 3 minutes, it will cut you off. Just call back and we'll play it.
Just pick up where you left off.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. But that's it, man. Thank you guys for listening. That was a fun episode. I like that one.
I enjoy doing these types of episodes.
I do too. But I feel like it's still not quite there yet.
Yeah, we'll get it there.
Dude, in the beginning of this one was rough, and the end of it, we're kind of coming into the end of it, and I can feel it's a little rough. It's a little rough ending. We need to figure out. We need to figure it out. How many episodes did it take us before we had Exploring the Unknown dialed in?
It took a little bit, but that's what you do when you start something new. So
yep, if you don't start, you'll never start at all. Right?
Exactly.
All right. Bye, guys.
See ya.